Okay, doing a little bit different today, not Rust. So today we're gonna talk about the this course. This is OpenSSF is actually, for those of you who don't know, we do a lot of things to promote open source supply chain security, and there are actually very good things here. There's actually some free courses that you can do. So one of them is this secure software development fundamental courses. So this is basically free. Anyone can just sign up and start. There is, of course, like free on the Linux Foundation training and certificate platform, or you can do it at edX if you want. But if you want to get the certificate on edX, you have to, it's not free. But you can do a lot of things already on the Linux Foundation platform, and it's free. There's also all the content is on GitHub, so you can browse it before you go if you want to. Have a look first. So of course we won't do the whole course, not like the rustling exercise I will do of them. Is just basically have a look, and if you're interested, please go there and do the courses yourself. So it's actually very easy. So this one, actually just type openssf.org and then find training, then you will find this thing. So here, click on it. It's whopping $0. So you can enroll today, and basically you may have to have a account with the platform, the Linux Foundation platform, but again, it's free. So it's very easy. You can even link it up with your GitHub and open it, I think. Yeah. So register now. So you will enter it. Whoa, it's very bright. Sorry for those of you who like dark mode. We are not in dark mode here right now. So there are some like courses information. I don't think the sound can come out here because I haven't set it up that way. I'm not expecting a video. The first thing. So
Hi.
Oh,
My name is David A. Wheeler. I'm the Director of Open Source Supply Chain Security at the Linux Foundation. Welcome to this course on developing secure software.
okay, I won't play the whole thing. So this is actually, I hope you can hear a welcoming by David. Actually, so very, very nice welcome, and very interesting video. So I will actually go ahead and, again, if you're interested, please come to do the course and watch the video. I won't play the whole thing, but I'm just gonna give you an idea what this course is about. So it may be a bit small. Can I zoom in for you? So yeah, I want it bigger. Okay. I'm also blocking some word, but I will read a little bit for you. So this is basically saying that almost all software is under attack today. we see all these security things like all the time. Some vulnerability that got discovered. So so it is almost everything is under attack. So basically it depends on how well we can defend our software. And in this course, it's developed by OpenSSF, so Open Source Security Foundation. We are part of the Linux Foundation, and so this course, basically what we want to achieve here, best practice cover in the course, apply to all software developers. So this is about some open source security best practice thing. So first of all, there's like part one, how what are the requirements. The design and reuse is designed to give you the overview of security basics. So this is some basics of how to apply the best practice, how to make sure that the software you develop is secure. And there's also some implementation that is like steps that you can follow when you do that. And so I'm also doing this like kind of, if you can imagine, it's a blind let's play. So I haven't done this course before. I'm so excited to take this course. So you're gonna see me doing it, not the whole thing, but a little bit at the beginning. So we want to learn some security basic. I'm learning with you, so we're gonna learn about the risk management, what is the CIA threat and requirements, so some design principle, yeah, what principle we should have in mind when we start developing software. Evaluation, supply chain evaluation. So learning how to choose packages to reuse, how to reuse them so that you can rapidly be alert and update software. So update is very important. If you are having anything on GitHub, they are dependable and stuff. So it's kind of reminding you to update all the time. So in implementation, how to implement more secure software, how to do input validation. That's very important. Those kind of SQL injection because free text, everybody can write some SQL and attack your system. Yay! So yeah, that's why validation of input is very important. Process data securely, call out to other program and send output. Also some basic about cryptography and handling problems. Also some security verification, how to examine software, some key tool type and how to apply them in our CI system. So how to deploy and operate secure software. So handle vulnerability reports. That's also very important. I feel like we all know how to write codes, and maybe you also know how to have the CI/CD pipeline and test your code and release your code. But what about there are vulnerabilities? Like, how do you report them? As a good open source citizens, we should also know about this. And I feel like there's not enough people who are in the community who have the enough knowledge to handle it. So we should all learn more about this. How to rapidly update when reused component have properly known vulnerability. That's very important. Again, like whether it got patched, whether you got it updated is very important. Learn how to securely use and develop open source software. All good. We all love open source. So let's see how we can do it. Why is it important to secure software? I think we all talk about it, but we may not really have a deep thought about why we have to be more secure. Because insecure software may release private secrecy information, which again, there's a lot of breaches online. Some personal information or some login password got leaked out is not a good thing. It's a security issue. Loads of corrupt information, again, like someone can SQL inject and drop your table and crash your whole system. That's not good. Loose service, which again, a lot of actually our daily life is actually handled by systems. So if they don't work, we will have chaos. We heard it all the time in the news, like some very important national-wide system has a downtime at a very unfortunate time, and the whole country went into chaos. This happens sometimes, unfortunately. So yeah. So developer never told how to develop open source software. So we also talk about security is so important, but we never really learned how. We normally just there are some developing practice that we follow. Maybe the team have the culture. You learn it from working as a developer, but then it's not systematically taught, and so we should learn how to do it. So focus on helping you understand how to develop secure software. By secure software, we mean software which is much harder for attacker to exploit, that limits damage if exploitation is successful, and where vulnerability can be fixed and exploitation partially recover from relatively quickly. So let's do that. Why take these course? I hope it's fun. that's my answer is fun. There are quizzes. There's free some content. Some if you are developing open source software, this is super relevant to you. You may want to have a look. So okay, I'm gonna quickly move on. Hello, David, our instructor. You can read more about him. and watch the intro by him. Also, there are these people who help out. Thank you so much. And so this audience, it may be you, developers, DevOps professionals, software engineers, web application developers, basically all of these amazing people that this course is for you. You don't have to have prior knowledge, so let's go. Let's do it. Copyright and so final exam answer. I'm not going to do my exam here. No, I know you like watching me fail, but I'm not going to show you. So yeah, this is Creative Commons, so it's that's why I can stream it, except the exam and the quizzes. Okay. There's a class forum that we could also join, and you can introduce yourself. Maybe I'll do it later, not now. And also there's customer support system. Okay, cool. By the way, if you join a class forum, maybe we could have a chat. I don't know, so we can learn together. How fun it is to learn together. Yeah. So, and then there is the course timing. So, self-paced, no fixed schedule of going through the material. So you can do it at any time you like. And you can't share the answers. Yes, I'm not going to share the answers. So you have to be 80% or more to pass. No cheating. No cheating is allowed. So Linux Foundation is awesome. So read about it. And we have events. We have actually Open Source Summit Europe coming up. There's also one in Japan at the end of the year. So I will be in both. So if you go there, say hi. And there are also a lot of training and certifications, not just open source security. There's also open source best practice. AI machine learning, of course, hot topic, blockchain. Is it still a hot topic? I don't know. But there are lots of things you can learn, which is good. So, next. Certification, firewall. Okay. Yeah, so there's like 2 different things. So, we'll just do the courses right now. So, part 1 finished. So, basically, it's an introduction. So, how long is the course? There's quite a lot to do. Yeah, again, I won't cover everything of it. And I may actually just cover this part. Requirement design. Maybe security basics as well, but then after that is all yours. It's your time to shine. Okay, so hide this for now. So we're gonna analyze some security basics and risk management, discuss secure design principle, and understand supply chain evaluation. So security basic, so this is part 1. High level overview about security basic. There are also the secure design principle. It's very like top level stuff. Reusing external software. So it's kind of like open source world, right? We kind of don't reinvent the wheel. We have reused a lot of things. So, there's also another introduction. Again, I'm not going to play it. So yeah, okay. Maybe a little peek inside.
This chapter provides a high-level overview about security concepts, including definitions of security and privacy, requirements, and risk management. We need to know these security basics so that we can understand how to develop software that supports these basics. It's hard to implement security and privacy if we don't know what they are, and we must have a basic idea of what the software needs to do before we can implement it. In addition, we should take reasonable steps to manage risks so that any risks taken are acceptable.
Okay. So again, it's a very lovely introduction by David. So thank you, Instructor David. Next we would have a read about what are the basics of security. So this is again learning objective. And what does security mean? And So there's actually a like triangle, kind of reminds me of, oh, can you see? Okay, maybe I'm hiding it. I would maybe put myself away for a little bit. Okay, so this remind me of the fire triangle, this thing actually here. So there are like three main thing. That's the triad. So I feel like three is always a magic number, that like we always like three things together. So what are the three things of security? Is confidentiality, so no unauthorized read, no, so yeah, only allowed to read information that they're authorized to read. So it's not a playground, not everybody can access it for something, some very important thing. So users are only allowed to read what they're allowed to read. Integrity, so no unauthorized modification, so if they are not allowed to modify, they should not modify it. So kind of like, what privilege do they have? Like if they don't have the right privilege, they can't change things, they can write it. Availability, so keep working in presence of attack. So the software keeps working while under attack. A denial of service DDoS attack is very famous. Is an attack that tries to make the software no longer available. So it's kind of overwhelming the whole, overwhelming the system. So that's the DDoS attack, and to bring it down, so it's like no longer available. So to protect these three is basically the very, very important three things in security. So there's actually more that people also talk about, is the accountability or non-reputation, which is that if someone takes an action, the system should be able to later prove it. So everything is record. Even the person involved later denies it, but because it's record, then it's, someone will be reliable, will be accountable for certain actions. So for example, like, we do give blame, like who write this code, because everything is recorded. So if someone do something, then you know who did it. Yeah. So security objects need some support mechanism. So how to determine whether something is authorized, whether someone have the right to do certain thing: identification and authentication. So for example, if you logged into a system, so if you don't logged in, you can't do certain things. So that would be the identification and authentication. Basically, everybody need to have an identity when they are using the system. Authorization, determine what that user is allowed. So after you logged in, so the system will have to know what permission you have to do certain things. List of what each user is allowed to do. So after we know who you are, you have identified yourself, then the system will know what can you do, what rights do you have. And then also auditing, which is logging. So again, if you do anything on the system because you're identified, then we know that you have done something. We can identify you who have done that. So that's accountability. So that's the basic design, which I think, if you think of what you have used, maybe then you kind of, that's why, I would, I immediately think about GitHub, right? So like what GitHub does, you logged in, you have the identity, and then do you have the right to change anything in the repo? Do you have the right, access to certain repo? Then whether you allow, so some private repo, even though it's not public, so if you haven't logged in, you don't even have the right to see it, to read it. And then the last thing, because it's Git, everything you do is recorded. So kind of everybody knows what you have done. So you can do some, unauthorized things, and also you can, everybody know what you have done. Okay, this is a drag and match. It sounds fun. I don't think this is a quiz, so we can do this. So what shall we do here? Modification must be authorized. So it's authorization. No, there's not. Okay. Okay, I haven't really paying attention. So what does it mean? Okay, like below. Try again. Okay. Modification. Software continue working. So this is availability. right? Yes, this is correct. Record important events. That's accountability, I think. Auditing. Wow. Oh, come on. Okay. User must declare who they are and prove it. So that's identity. Determine what a user is allowed to do. That's authorization. So confidentiality. So this, like, and also modification must be authorized. Oh, it's integrity. Okay. Yay, we've done it. So this is not a quiz, so I can show you that. It's just a fun game to do. So next is security requirements. Yeah, so this is again recap of what we have done. Security. So where are we actually? I'm a bit conscious of time. Ooh, we may not be able to cover everything because I have to go in a bit. So maybe we will continue next time from here. So yeah, so this is part 1. So if you're interested, you don't have to wait for me. You can just jump in and do this course. But yeah, but I will actually come back maybe next week to cover the rest of it. GDPR and those things, very interesting topic. We'll cover that, but we'll only cover this this chapter 3. The rest you have to do it yourself. But again, you don't have to wait for me for next week. If you found this interesting, then you can already start doing the course. But otherwise, next week we'll come back to continue this security requirements, and yeah, there's also some test your understanding fun stuff to do, but we won't go to the check, the knowledge check here. This is the quiz. This is not allowed to show, otherwise it's cheating. So yeah, that's it from me from now. So next week we will have part two of this security, open source security course. Like, what is security? An interesting bit. So yeah, sorry, today is a bit short. I'm a bit busy, but I will see you next week. Bye.